Hi everyone, welcome to the Numerology and the Astrology for August 1st, 2020. If I manage to get my act together, I will try to do the astrology forecast for the month of August, but I'm so overwhelmed in busyness and what's going on. It's kind of hard to get all the pieces done, so I will do my best, but if on August 1st it's not out, give me a little bit of wiggle room in a few days to kind of put it together. So thanks. And thanks for tuning in and thanks for listening. And I hope that these are helpful and you're enjoying them. So if you add 8-1-2020 all together, you get the number 13. If you add the 1 and the 3 together, you get the number 4. The number 4, as you've heard me say before, is the number of balance, neutrality, harmony, win-win, and cooperation. And we need a lot of that. At the moment, we need it in a lot of different ways. So life is about balance. And life requires some sort of balance to grow and proliferate. Balance is needed for there to be enough calmness so that the roots can grow into the ground and manifest the stability. Balance is needed in air, light, water, and earth to allow anything in this world to grow. While all plants and all life are stronger if they experience a few strong winds of change, you cannot have constant storms because nothing trying to grow can thrive in such an environment. Plants that have weathered many storms have an ability to withstand some intensity, but most will also buckle under the strong storms if they never cease. And anything left is usually distorted, permanently changed, and or weakened. But some of those that have been twisted by fate create unique beauty, and that is what I hope for this world. It saddens me to see the young that do not have good roots, do not have a solid footing in the world, and are trying to navigate these tremendous storms that are happening right now. I hear how they are depressed and stressed in ways that our young have not normally felt. I know that some will rise stronger and more determined than ever to not allow such a horror to continue, and they will make the necessary changes that this present generation is afraid to do. And because of that, I am hopeful. It is the young that can see the mess that we are creating for them, and it will, unfortunately, be them that have to clean it up. It is a type of cruelty that I personally would never place on anyone. The astrology for today. Mercury opposes Pluto in the morning and it adds to the problems, stresses, and upsets in your day. Don't let the suspicion and paranoia run away with your mind. You must learn self-control and mental discipline. Never has that been more apparent in our world than now. When minds need to win to vindicate themselves over the safety and security of others, then you need to flag yourself and reevaluate your decision-making skills. I know everyone is exhausted. I know there are many out there that are so angry at all of this that they feel the need to fight and get embroiled in power struggles. What are we? Children on a playground fighting to show dominance? Come on, everyone. You're better than this. If you were acting like this in school, a teacher would send you to the principal's office or detention to calm down. If you hold people to that standard that requires them to express the highest within them and refuse to allow them to degenerate into their worst self, many will interrupt the nonsense they are encapsulating. I know some need to see the resentment they are holding inside. While that is a personal, internal, cathartic process worthy of a journey of self-growth, it is unfair and completely inappropriate to spew it out into the world on those that are not doing anything intentional to harm you. The moon is in Capricorn, and this can make you feel melancholy, moody, depressed, serious, intense, cut off from others, and think you know everything. Remember that to seek wisdom, you must first discover the truths you have hidden from yourself. Knowledge gained from distortion is not truth, but propaganda. We are in a time when planning is essential for success later. Know that many astrological things will try to pull you off your schedule and plans in order to strain you into impulsivity, more distortion, and rage. Do not take the bait. Do not bite the hook of fear. Do not allow yourself to be pulled along the string of liars. So, my quote for today. To seek wisdom, you must first discover the truths you have hidden from yourself. Knowledge gained from distortion is not truth, but propaganda. And then the quote again from my blog, do not take the bait. Do not bite the hook of fear. Do not allow yourself to be pulled along the string of liars. So, today, it's just sort of interesting. I know everyone is doing this. So we're all in a very new routine. We're all doing projects. We're all doing things that we never thought we would be doing. And so one of the things that my husband and I have been doing is that we have a building that was condemned when my husband bought the property 30 plus years ago. And he retrieved it and got it uncondemned. And then a tree fell on it. Nothing like living in the redwood forest. A tree fell on it and wrecked it again. And so then he had to rebuild the roof and take the tree off of the roof, and then all the sheetrock and everything was ruined, and then it was leaking for a period of time, and then the sheetrock was destroyed and rats got in, and it's been this monster mess project. And so it's one of these projects that nobody likes to do. And we've been doggedly on this for 2.5 weeks at this point. So we have pulled everything out, and I cannot tell you how many mice feces and rat feces and spiders and bugs and garbage and everything I have pulled out of this building. And we have been reclaiming it and, fixing the doors and fixing the windows and, tearing out the carpet and, washing the floors. And, it's been a tremendous amount of work. So this is one of those places. I swear this COVID quarantine has made me appreciate farmers, because I said to my husband, if he was dependent on me for survival on food, we would starve to death. And I'm trying. It's like I'm learning a lot about gardening, and I'm learning a lot about it. But, it's incredible. The people who have this as a knack, I commend you. I honor you. I respect you. Namaste. This is an incredible job, and you can tell that you must have to love this. And so what I love is having my garden be sort of like a supermarket for the animals in my area. So the chipmunks love me because they get to eat all my strawberries and my blueberries, and the birds love me. And I'm not getting very many strawberries and blueberries, but I am enjoying watching the other animals enjoy the strawberries and the blueberries. But, it's these big projects like what I'm doing, like these things that, you didn't ever want to do, but you need to do. And so today we were on the windows, and, to do the windows, we have to get like ladders to climb up to do them. And, it's a massive project. And then taking little tiny toothbrushes and trying to get all the dirt out in between those little grooves of the window and the slide and the screens, and taking the screens off and like washing the screens and scrubbing the screens. And it's just an incredible amount of work. It's an amazing amount of work. And I'm feeling accomplished, exhausted, trying to put all these things together, and then managing to do a normal workday in the middle of it, and trying to do my famous great meals, because I figure when you're in a quarantine, one of the few joys is food. And so you really want to make sure that the food is fabulous. And so I try and do that too, which takes a lot of organization and planning, as any cook knows. So I just let everybody know that we're all in this together. And so we're all doing things that are not necessarily our favorite thing to do. And I commend you, and I'm proud of you, and look at how much you're growing. And I know you're doing things that you don't want to do and you don't like. But this is how we grow. And, it's valuable to retrieve a building that's on the brink of falling apart. And it's valuable to, just start over. Like nothing like the building being the metaphor of like clearing the decks and clearing out the old and clearing out the old clutter. I've also been helping a friend of mine who is is handling the estate for one of my ballet bar ladies who died, and so she's just taken on this enormous project because just kind of anybody who is getting older, like do everyone a favor and get rid of as much stuff as you possibly can because myself and another friend of mine and the person who is handling the estate have been working on this building. The person who's handling the estate has been working on the building nonstop, and I've been jumping in and helping, and this other friend of mine has been jumping in and helping. But it's like, oh my gosh, like everybody, you need to get rid of your bottles, and you don't need, like 5 packages of, cough medicine and all these kinds of things. Like we've given so much to away, foods and things that are away and herbs and things that are away, but so many things that people keep that are really not necessary, like plastic. Like why would you keep plastic? I mean, we have taken dump loads of things of plastic and glass, boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. It's just incredible. And we're making headway on all those projects too. And so it's like, when I think of it, I think, God, I'm on COVID quarantine. I am so busy. I mean, I've got clients that are stressed and overwhelmed for obvious reasons with what's going on. But then we're dealing with people dying. And then I had another phone call today that one of my dear friends that I'm the godmother to her boys, her sister died, and so it's just like in all these questionable circumstances, and things are very weird out there. Just kind of know things are really weird out there, and people are a little weird. So maybe it's good that we're just bogged down in all these heavy duty projects, and it's just amazing how much there is to do. It reminds me that, being in the physical world is work. Like no matter what, being in the physical world is work. And I feel like this process is making me get back to the roots of my great-great-grandmother who built her own boarding house along the railroad lines, and boarded the trainmen and built it herself, with her children, and built it, and the effort that it takes. And I feel like I'm tapping into those roots of my ancestors, and I think how easy I've had it maybe up to this point, and I didn't recognize that I had it so easy. And now when you have to put in a lot of physical effort and labor every single day and do things that you really don't want to do but you just have to do, I kind of go, maybe I was a little spoiled. Maybe I was a little spoiled. So it's good. I think it's humbling. It's a good thing. Do those tough projects, everybody. I've got your back. I know how it feels. I know these things are really rough. And it's probably a really good thing. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.